I request Professor Dr. Vijay Carolyn to start the program.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the eminent global leaders, excellencies, kings, queens who joined our platform, the global platform, Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. I'm Dr. Carolyn, Chairman, the Life Foundation, Managing Director of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. Today, we're taking up the program that is discussing on Sustainable Development Goal 7, affordable clean energy, which is very much required for every human being to lead a prosperous life as we depend on energy, the renewable energy. We know that renewable energy is also going to exhaust if we use it without any proper understanding, then we will be in great problem. So here we have eminent global leaders who are going to give us good insights and inputs regarding the affordable clean energy for the prosperous globe. I invite all the honorable speakers, guest speakers, keynote speakers, and all the global leaders once again. Thank you very much. I'm Carolyn from India. We, Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council, mainly focus on global peace, that is world peace, and Sustainable Development Goals 1 to 17. Till now, we have what we said in the last year that we are trying our best level to make it possible physically, not virtually. And every Sustainable Development Goal 1 to 17, we're trying our best level to take up the projects. And we're discussing on that with the international global leaders so that we can have good projects for the great infrastructure. And especially we are focusing on the poverty-stricken community to have a better life. We are mainly striving hard to have a better community for the future generation to lead a peaceful life. Peace is very important for every human being. Peace starts from within and expands to globally. And we want to have that peace in our mind while we're taking up the projects, and that peace has to be expanded globally, where every human being have to lead a prosperous and peaceful life. We have two organizations under Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. One, the Telangana Kala Parishad, the other one, the Life Foundation. Telangana Kala Parishad mainly focus on cultural exchange, and we believe in cultural diversity in unity. As we Indians mainly have different cultures and heritage, and we expect that these cultures in unity have a great harmonious understanding, and people in a harmonious way, they lead a harmonious life. So harmony and integrity is main focus of Telangana Kala Parishad, and many physical programs have been taken by Telangana Kala Parishad and focusing on the cultural activities. Through these activities, we want to showcase the cultural diversity in unity. And especially India is agriculture country. We depend on agriculture and farmers our backbone. So Telangana Kala Parishad has shown solidarity when farmers are in a great pathetic situation because of various issues, and everyone know about the farmers during the period 2018 to 22 during COVID time. Also, they faced a lot of problem, and it has shown solidarity and taken the issues to the government. And also during COVID time, the migrant workers faced a lot of problem while they're moving to their respective places, as they move to urban areas from rural areas for their livelihood. At that time, many over almost lost their life, and Telangana Kala Parishad understood the pathetic situation of the migrant workers and taken the issues to the government, and government responded very positively. And very recently, the central government understood our activities and the works, and they visited our Hyderabad office, and they have noted that we are what we said, that we are perfectly working for the welfare of the society at our level. And they were satisfied, and we are expecting very soon good projects from the central government where we can establish a peaceful environment in the community of the downtrodden, especially by taking up the SDG projects. And the Life Foundation, mainly run by me, I'm the chairman of the Life Foundation. The Life Foundation mainly focus on the community below poverty line. So we have adopted 55 acres of slums. And also we have seen the problems during COVID time, especially servant maids who lost job, and we have expressed our support and been with them physically and supported, providing provisions and other whatever the necessary requirements they have. We understood and we provided and made them happy to live peacefully in their houses with their family without undergoing any hunger problems. And during COVID time, we supported the slums, also continuously providing them provisions, then commodities during winter quilts. So at our level, we supported them. And we noticed that the slum areas are filthy environment, male are much addicted to the bad habits, and they're not taking care of their families as being the head of the family. And women are in a pathetic situation. During COVID time, they didn't find proper job, and whatever the leftover money, the male took the money and they were enjoying their life with bad habits. At the time, I noticed 2 cases of rape in the slum, as the girls and boys are moving freely in the 55 acres of slums, and no one is taking proper care. And mother is busy with the house chores, and it's very difficult for her to take care of the girl where she's roaming. And then I felt that we have to establish study centers, and we have to help them back in a protected zone. And we have taken some place in the slum, and we established a study center. And we started with 1 study center, moved to the 4th study center, because we are constructing the 4th study center now. From 30 students, it has been to 150 strength. We are strengthening the students, and we are, I'm the counseling psychologist. I've taken up so many awareness programs for the slum women and girl children and boys, how to protect their children from the clutches of the rapist and the bad habits. And now mother, very clever they are, and they're bringing their children to our schools, our study centers, and encouraging their children to have good education. Education can bring all-round development. If one girl child educated, total family will be educated, total family educated, community educated, and so on globally. The literacy rate of the education will be increased if all the humanitarians take up such kind of study centers and support the girl children education. So that's what we are doing. Now we have seen in the beginning only 4 or 5 girls. Now the strength has been increased and equal to the boys, and girls are also having good education. Now, earlier we have to find, it's very difficult to find one 10th class student, but now 6 children are writing their exams. So in this way, we supported them, providing school books, notes, pads, whatever the requirement they have, we are providing, encouraging them. And also we support them, especially the women, to empower. We have started the tailoring center, and very soon we are focusing on different types of projects which can help them to have a financial support. So in this way, at our level, we are trying our best level to empower girl children, boys, and also women to lead a prosperous and peaceful life. So what we said on the virtual platform, we are seeing that it will be accomplished physically and making the society brighter than before in the communities, especially underprivileged. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Now I request Rachana Chakravarti ma'am to carry on.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really wonderful and amazing to know that Humanity and United International Royal Council is not just speaking, they are also doing it. And it is really an honor for all of us to be here in this platform and witnessing the global change which we decide, take decision, and not just speak it out, but do it also. As Carolyn ma'am, you are a guide and a motivator, and all the time the work which you kind of do is really hats off for the humanity, and truly, truly honored to be here in this platform today. And with all my gratitude and thankfulness to Raja Rao sir and VJ Carolyn ma'am, at the very onset, greetings and welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries and guests to the Vishwa Humanity International Royal Council. Today, I'm privileged and, of course, elated to extend my warm welcome on the 7th day of the SDG goal, affordable and clean energy. When I'm talking about affordable and clean energy, we all know that it ensures the access to the reliable and sustainable modern energy for all. Energy we all need. It's central and nearly a major challenge to make it clean. It is very, very important that the proportion of the world's population or the pollution which we intercepts with each other with access to the clean fuels and technologies for cooking has increased from 51% in 2000 to 58% in 2014. So that's the ratio which is increasing. And of course, we are expecting that it makes it more cleaner. And with that thought level, today we have our eminent chief guests and dignitaries with us who would be speaking together on this topic. And it's my honor once again to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Deepak Vaikar sir, and Dr. Kirit Kumar Bhatt from India, and our keynote speaker, Dr. Mauritius Demeno and Tanmay Agrawal, special guest, Melissa ma'am and Mejbeen ma'am from Bangladesh. So with that, I would love to listen much from our dignitaries on board. We have our chief guest. So without speaking much about the SDG Goal 7, I would like to hand over the virtual mic to our chief guest, the very eminent and experienced Dr. Deepak L. Vaikar, who is the managing partner for Edu Energy, Singapore, vice chair of IEE Education Society, Singapore chapter trainer and pro researcher pro, and there are many more achievements to his reserve. And it will take me a day or so to talk about his achievements and the kind of work which he's doing for the society. Sir, it's an honor for us today here to have you here in our on board. So, sir, please enlighten us with your knowledge. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rachana ji, for that wonderful introduction and comment. Also, thank you to Dr. Caroline for her introductory address. And special thanks to our Raja Rao, okay, who has been the person behind organizing this summit. And I'm very honored and delighted for the second time. This is my second year I'm coming. Last year I was there. This year, last year I spoke about the goal number 11. And today I will be sharing my view on sustainable development goal number. So with your permission, please allow me to share some slides. So may I request host to allow that? So that I can share my slides few minutes. That will help me too. Okay. Now, still it is disabled, so maybe host can allow.
Yes, sir. Done. You can share.
Ready? Wonderful. Okay. Now I will need your help, Rachana ji. Please tell me, are you able to view my slides?
Yes, sir. It's partly we wanted full screen.
Okay,
It's
I will come
just
full screen. How's it now? Coming
yeah.
full screen?
Yes. Done, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. SDG 7. Okay, rightly mentioned. Number start. Okay. 7. This is number 7 is very important number. In a week, there are 7 days. And in our tradition, something we want to do, we take round and round. Okay. Saat fere ho gaye. So you know it, what happens. Okay. These are my coordinates. Those who want to later on interact with me, you can come through Dr. Caroline, Rajarao, Dr. Rachna, or send me email. This is my WhatsApp number. Okay. I would like to begin with getting the blessing of Goddess Saraswati. With your permission, Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamrupini Vidya Rambam Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. We are invoking the blessing of Goddess Saraswati, which is very apt because one of the foundation, okay, Kala, correct? Kala foundation is there, as mentioned by Caroline, is a part of it. And all of us know that Goddess Saraswati is the seat of knowledge. She is the inspiring person who gives us the knowledge. My first question, I think I would like to have some interaction. If some of you can just put in chat box or say something. I'm showing some picture. Why students were so happy and celebrating? Some of you might say something, if you wish. Now, maybe Rachna can represent everybody, or Dr. Caroline.
Due to the achievement, maybe they have achieved something.
They achieved something, okay.
Victory.
Victory. I think Dr. Caroline also wants to say something, looks like, okay.
Yeah, they are going to listen very interesting and heart-touching topic that they're going to invite the eminent speaker of their choice. So they want to celebrate. They're happy.
Okay.
They were happy.
Okay, thank you. Oh, no, thank you
Yeah,
very much.
Vilma ma'am had said they are enjoying what they are doing.
Enjoying what they are doing. Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much for those comments. And now you will know very soon why they were so happy and why I captured those moments. All of us know this sustainable development goals. I'm not going to go details about it. I'll straight away go. And all of us wants development, right? And we are talking about sustainable development. The question arises, what type of development should we aspire to? Okay. What type of development? Now I'm giving simple choice to you. On your screen, left-hand side, you are seeing it, a development which can be termed as a sustainable or Jhakas Vikas. Jhakas Vikas. On the right-hand side, we have another type of development. Many of them say, yeah, that is also development, we want it. And you can see on the right-hand side, and we have termed is a destructive type of development. Bhakas Vikas. Now, some of you can put in chat box, which one would you go for? Z for Jhakas, BH for Bhakas. Okay. Sustainable or destructive? What kind of development you want it? Okay. Very important one. Simple choice, left or right. Okay. And when you are clear about it, I'm sure we will know later on how many are opting for Z, how many are opting for BH. So on chat box, I can see some, yes, some of them are already putting Z, 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 Z. Okay, thank you. Good to know that. Please keep on giving your view. Okay. Now, question arises, obviously, as mentioned, how we can go to goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. So two aspects. We want a clean energy, but at the same time, it should be affordable. Okay. And when we used to discuss about this topic 20 years back, you say, yes, you are giving us a clean energy, but is it affordable? That question was there. Okay. Now, one of the research organization in 2021, they carried out survey and they found that out of 100 most vulnerable cities, 99 are in Asia. Out of those 99, 37 are in China and 43 are in India. And all of us know that, okay, when air quality goes into unhealthy, very unhealthy, hazardous zone, you know what happens. Okay. Ideally, if it is in a good zone, then your lungs are telling you what is it, lungs. Okay, lungs are saying nice, you feel nice. Peace. Somebody was saying, talking about peace, shanti. But if lungs are being bombarded with the pollutant for every breath you take, can you feel peace in your lungs, in your heart, in your mind? And if we don't do that, I used to say this one 15 years back or 20 years back, if you don't take action, then you might see me, when you want to see me physically, I may have to be in this form, okay? This could be you and me, okay? So this could be, okay, like this one. Do you want, okay, do we want to be like this? Reason being because of our understanding. I think somebody can mute Krishan Goel, please. Krishan Goel, can you please mute yourself? You are disturbing. Thank you. Please do not unmute if you are having something behind. Thank you. So question arises, I know during COVID time, all of us, we are wearing masks and then we say, how when will go back to the normal? Question arises, do you want to go back to this type of normal where the industries are, okay, emitting pollution? When you go by road transport, there is a pollution there. In addition, noise pollution is also there. Garbage being dumped and burned. Do you want to go back to this same normal? That is the question. And if answer is if you don't want to do that, there are two ways we can do. Few ways. There are few ways alternative. I'm not saying the only one way. And one of the important ways is if we can use our environment. And typically we take care of our, okay, forests, trees, plant more, all of us are doing, then it can become carbon sink and help us, okay, help us. This is the one part, clean and green future. We need that one, okay. So natural part, we should do it. But if you are not able to do that, that is what is happening in many cities now. Then you say inside, how we can stay inside this room, inside whatever room, how we can stay reasonably healthy for the air. And we need technology, science and technology, as you can see from the on top of here, where we can use air purifiers and air conditioners and other things. Not only that, air only, we do know that water also is getting polluted because of the industry effluents going into. So water, now we are used to water bottle and they have got another plastic pollution. And if you don't take care of this, I can say we may have to carry oxygen bottles in future. Like we carry water bottles, we may have to carry oxygen bottles. And we might need a even high quality mask. And all of that, obviously, we need to, and in COVID time, we learned we need a healthy food, nutritious food. You would say, what is it? I'm talking about it. My dear fellows, these are the energy we needed. Air is energy, water is energy, oxygen is energy, and food is energy. And if we do not have this clean energy inside us, our mind will not be at peace. We'll be getting a lot of things inside. some gases and other things, as well as our health may not be good. So it starts with the clean self-governance, basics. Basic. This is the first part. Now, how to get that one is the question. The choice again, all of you have choice. You can look at it. Again, on the left-hand side, now I can tell you, world's topmost polluters, China, United States of America, India, Australia, they are still using coal-fired power station predominantly. 60 to 70% of electricity is generated using coal-fired power stations. Now, should we continue that? Or should we shift to solar energy, wind energy, micro hydro energy, and other types? Again, choices for you, straightforward. Left-hand side this time is, now this is destructive type of energy. On the right-hand side is a reasonably clean type of energy. And this is where we want to go. We want to have more and more of this. More and more of this. And because we call some of them called renewable, means they will last longer. Yes, at present they are more expensive, but because of the research and development and industriousness and support from the government and institutions, the cost is coming down, and now they have become comparable with the fossilized energies. Choice is very simple. Left, bhakas, right, jhakas. Okay, again, you can decide to put your comments in chat box, which is where you want it. Now, you must have heard about we are to go, because in cities we want to reduce pollution, we should move from the petrol and diesel vehicles to electric vehicle or hybrid vehicle or other types of. But remember that it requires electricity. If we are producing electricity, okay, producing electricity using what is the destructive type, you are only shifting pollution, shifting, you are not. But if you are using this type of energy, sustainable type of energy to power this one, then this is a positive direction. Okay, this is one part. Dr. Caroline mentioned about agriculture, so I thought maybe I also give example of agriculture. All of you know, okay, sugarcane. Sugarcane, okay, all of us need it, and sugarcane, ganna in Hindi they call it, ganna, and from this one obviously, sugarcane to sugar, and kuch meeta ho jaye, hai. Kuch meeta ho jaye. All of us know we have got so many festivals, and every time festival something happens, mithai khao, laddu khao, okay. I don't know, so many times, okay. Khud bhi khao, dusro ko khilao. And that is where now challenge comes in, okay. What we should do. And worst case, people, worst behavior, okay. These are the affluent people. Look over here, they copy Hollywood, and many of them, young people follow them. Is it clean and green? Look at it now. We know that in worldwide, there are at least 2 billion people sleep without eating, without any food in their stomach. And look at these people. They should be shamed, they should not be getting glorious, okay? Look at these IPL people. Now also I see it, okay? They want to celebrate and they do this nonsense thing. We have to tell them, this is not. Kuch kehte kehte bahut kuch ho jata hai. This is not sustainable. Isn't it shameful? Energy, see, sugar cane is giving you energy, but where we are putting it? And because of this, our young people, colleges, schools, they copy them and they do exactly the same thing, thinking it is a normal practice. So somebody should have courage to stop them. And I'm sure, okay, these two foundations which are working for the World Summit and Peace, they should tell them frankly, through your public media, mention them, this is not a good practice. This must be stopped. Shame them. They are not our role models. They are bad models. Another part we know, sugar also contributes to our health problem, diabetes. One of them, okay, one of them. And No wonder that now the countries like India and China, they are becoming capital of the diabetics. From sugarcane, so where we should, what we can do to improve the situation. Choice is for us. Should we use sugarcane to make it sugar only and from the sweet, and then, by defect, or convert them into something where we can reduce dependence on the foreign oil, and this biogas, ethanol are less polluting compared to petrol and diesel. And that can create more jobs. It can give more income to those farmers. Do we want that? Again, simple choice again. Sugarcane on the left-hand side, convert into chini, sugar, and then enjoy your diabetic life. Or sugarcane to tail, biogas, ethanol, a process which can create an industry, which can give the job, and from that hybrid vehicles which can reduce pollution, reduce dependence on the foreign oil. Which one is yours? Choice. Simple again. Bhakas on the left hand side or jhakas, sustainable time, right hand side. Simple. I'm giving you only two choices every time, okay? And you have to decide which choice you will make it. All of us know what is it abundant in the world? Waste energy is abundant in the world, okay? Because of time limitation, I'm going to now choice again. Same thing, I'm giving you choice. On the left hand side, okay? Most of the affluent countries, affluent people in developing countries, they generate huge waste, including waste, the food, the kind of food they waste. So choice is dump and burn waste, which is destructive in Bhakas, you know it, or bio waste to energy using a systematic process. Convert them to even green hydrogen and other types, which can give green economic value. Simple choice again. Left hand side, Bhakas. Yes, we generate a lot of waste, dump it and burn it and make our environment dirty. On the other hand, we use technology, we use our ingenuity of the people, we work together and create bio waste to energy, which will again be environment friendly. And it provides economic future. So I coined it almost a few years back now. At the time, they were not discussing much about. Now they call net zero pollution, net zero waste, net zero energy at its best. Make them part of everyday routine. Keep our surroundings clean and green. That includes energy also. This is one, okay? And you can share, you are free to share to anybody, okay? So this is what kind of future we are recommending. Smart, clean, green, sustainable, net zero future. The vision is achievable, possible. I've given you very simple. I did not make it very complicated. Two choices only. Jhakas or Bhakas. You decide. And the choice you make, that will take us. Those who want to join my discussion, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to share with you. So what is your action plan? Yes, nice. Everybody will come and tell we should do this, we should do that. But what is action plan? Okay, to help this only, we are very happy to announce that we are organizing on 10th and 11th of May in Singapore, what is known as a global symposium on deepening international collaborations. And one of the topics we are discussing there is sustainability. There are two experts who will be coming and discussing about it, how to collaborate and make sustainability part of the education, other part, industry. So those who are still interested, please visit our website and you can join. Just to conclude, I know some of might say, yes, there are a lot of challenges, but jayega andhera, aayega naya savera. That is, dark clouds will eventually glow. The dark clouds will eventually go, and the golden rays of morning will glow. Then there will be only one slogan: फिर झूम उठेगा एक ही नारा. What could be that? What could be the slogan? Okay. What could be the slogan? Okay. While you think about it, I am going to ask you this question and you can answer straightforward, yes or no. Again, I'm not making it complicated. Don't make it, okay? Is Make in India, Digital India, Smart City, self-reliant, Atmanirbhar vision feasible without smart, clean and green energy? Is it feasible? Either you can put in chat box or say. If your answer is yes, then we need to have full workshop on this. Okay. Not only 1 day, 5 days workshop, wherein then we will work with you and then you can do again answer yes or no. But if your answer is no, then we need to move in that smart, clean and green energy, which is sustainable development goal number 7. So what is it going to happen? जाएगा अंधेरा, आएगा नया सवेरा, फिर झूम उठेगा एक किनारा, स्वच्छ ऊर्जा से हरा भरा हो जग सारा. What we are saying is, these are, okay, the dark clouds will eventually go, golden rays of, okay, morning will glow, and there will be only one slide, clean and green energy all over the world. That is what we all of us should aspire to. That will make our life prosperous and better. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityuma Amritam. This shloka written by our Rishi Munis is very much applicable for sustainable development goal number 7, because it will lead us from ignorance to the truth. We need clean and green energy. Enough of somebody telling us, no, you don't need it. We need it. The darkness, from darkness, it will lead us to light. It will take us there. Okay. Our lungs will be better. Our eyesight will be better. Okay. Our health will be better. Our heart will be better. And that will take us from, okay, lead us from death to immortality. And we'll feel better. We'll live longer, prosperous, better, healthy life. And the theme mentioned by Dr. Caroline, peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And this is not me, okay? This is Upanishad Shastra. I'm just trying to relate that to what is the Sustainable Development Goal 7. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to share with you SDG number 7. Very important one, okay? And you do it rightly, I'm very confident we will be better, because it will reduce, we are energy, we the people are energy. Our mind has tremendous energy. We are energy. So let us make it happen. Thank you very much for allowing me to share with you some of my views. And I'll be happy to answer question whenever there is a time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Deepak, sir, very much.
Yes.
Really, your topic is very excellent, where we can understand that green energy is very important green energy is very important to lead a peaceful life. And how you are shown through pictures, everyone can understand that our actions, if it leads to waste, that destroys the nature. But that waste, if we make it useful for the betterment of the future generation, it is going to have a peace in total family and globally. Thank you very much once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Deepak sir. It was amazing and wonderful listening to you, the way you put the slogans, the way you had encrypted our Upanishads and the Vedic ways, which had already said that the energies are there in us. We ourselves are energies. Each one of us have energies in us, but how to make it into that green energy and to make it more sustainable, the best way you had explained with the examples which you gave and correlated with the destructive and the options which you have given us. It was amazing way of explaining, and to say that energy, we cannot live without energy. It is not that affordable and clean energy means that stop energy emissions. We need energy, but how we can utilize it in a better way. you explained it wonderfully. I think even a person who were not aware about all this and they were just looking into progress will be able to understand. And I would request all my people who had missed Sir's speech, you should again go and listen to it, what Sir had really showed in the slides. It was wonderful to understand and very, very happy that I'm a part of it today. And I'm just honored to be listening to you, sir. Thank you so much, Deepak Vaikar, sir, for your wonderful way of explaining the seventh goal, SDG goal, that is affordable and clean energy. Thank you so much, sir. Truly, truly honored to listen to you. So moving ahead with my next chief guest for the evening, we have another eminent personality with us, Dr. Kirit Kumar Bhatt from India. Is the director at Gandhinagar University, educationist, writer, and researcher. So over to you, Dr. Kirit Kumar Bhatt from India. Please enlighten us more on SDG number 7. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rachna Madam. I extend my sincere thanks to Carolyn Madam and Raja Rao sir, especially the Vishwa Humanity Royal Council, for giving me opportunity to share some of my views. Deepak sir has fantastically compared the clean energy and dirty energy, and I do believe that we are engineers, and specifically my background is electronics and electrical. So we understand very seriously and sincerely what can be the impact of the dirty energy in whole as a whole on environmental ecosystem, and that impact to a human body. Some of the things which are my observations, which I would like to share here. First of all, if we talk about the electricity, without electricity, we cannot consider our life nowadays. Every day, in a routine life, electricity is a must. So, not to use fossil fuel or not to produce energy by using the dirty resources, that doesn't mean that we should not have the energy. There are certain energies and certain possibilities through which we can produce a neat and clean energy. Another thing is fossil fuels are not equally distributed among all the countries. It is specific to some particular regions. So national security will also be in question sometime for those countries who don't have the enough resources. In addition to that, till the time over the ages we have exploited the resources, and we damage environment to such a great extent that we are experiencing the global warming nowadays. So it is not a governmental responsibility, but I personally believe that it is a shared responsibility of everyone of us to take care of the environment, to move towards it is a shifting towards the clean energy. There are sources like solar energy, wind energy, and the flowing water. These three can give so these are the great sources to produce the clean energy. On that account, let me tell you about the Gujarat state government policy. In Gujarat, if someone want to install a solar power plant domestically on the terrace of the house, government is giving a subsidy right from 20% up to 60%. And believe me, in whole of the Gujarat, many of the people, most of the 80% houses have their own solar power plant. They are enjoying all the facility within the house without paying electricity bill of single penny. On the contrary, sometimes if my solar power plant produce a good number of units, then balance unit as per the government tariff, I am earning money also at the end of the month. So this is the beauty. Now, the reason why state government is supporting this much of the solar power plant, because what the electricity they are producing and what the electricity they are able to restoring, they are selling to other state and other countries with the high prices. So business is behind that. There are other sources, that is biomass, biogas, hydropower plants. Through running water, it can possible to produce the electricity. And the windmills, if you Gujarat has a very big coastal line. Across the whole coastal line, you will find the windmills, and those blades are given as input to the turbine blades. And that is how they are producing the electricity in a huge amount. Probably the guest must be aware that the world biggest solar power plant will be a part of Gujarat nowadays in the coming days. Probably by 2025, the central government is also going to declare some policy on solar power plant. They may be installing power plant at zero cost, but the balance unit they will not convert into the income for the person. It will taken away by the government. It will be utilized for for their purposes. The another benefit of the green energy is the it produces a big amount of employment. We have seen there is a lot of scopes for the employment. Secondly, because it is green and clean energy, the environment is protected. Third thing is it is cheaper compared to the other electricity. And the most important thing is we are protecting our environment. We are taking care of national security also. The main challenge is out of this. I am just putting this example about India and specifically the Gujarat government. But yes, it is a job of every country. So it needs government a huge investment in that. And being electrical man, we can understand that we need a good electrical infrastructure. We need a smart grid infrastructure. We have to have energy efficient infrastructure first of all. Line losses has to be reduced, and the energy security is another point in that, and hence the government level policy has to be incorporated to bring this whole change into the ecosystem. There should be policy framing, there should be investment, there should be infrastructure. Then we all as a common man, we can contribute towards the sustainable development. I hope this green energy, especially solar based, we can easily take care of it. And before a couple of days back, I was reading the report of the United Nations. Someone has quoted that a sun can produce an energy within 1 hour, which is more than whole world is using energy for 1 year. Now you think if we can utilize this energy in positive way, how much energy we can have? Probably the question of or problem of energy production will be resolved at all if systematically we put it in a way. Another thing is that the technology transfer. There are, especially in Gujarat, there are a lot of sand, silica. the thin solar panel is made up of the silicons. So that technology is not available with many of the countries. So I think it should be borderless collaboration, so that whole world can take advantage of it. Another part of the is wind energy. I have already quoted that the windmills across the seashore as well as on the mountain territory. It is installed. The biomass, the across the world there are in many of the countries, people are taking the non-waste food. Hence, the waste of the food, waste of the crops, wastage of the trees and all, using that biomass and biogas can be produced, and that energy can be utilized for lighting, for transportation, for heating, so many things, for industrial purpose too. So this is all about my views. We all, it's a period of transition, and probably we all has to contribute very seriously to protect our world, to protect our globe for next generation to come. Thank you everyone for listening me patiently. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiriti ji. Thank you very much for joining our platform and expressing your views, insights, and your knowledge. You have shared your knowledge as an engineer, electrical engineer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, all the energies, solar energy, wind energy, these are all very important. The God bestowed us all the natural resources, the renewable energies, which are very useful to lead a prosperous life. As you said, we have to, though they are renewable, one day that can be a non-renewable. Even the research has shown that we use them without proper knowledge and understanding. So we have to use them, though they are renewable. What you said is right, for the better future, and also to make them available, those resources for the future generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kirit Kumar Bhatt. Your extended knowledge had already enlightened all of us, and we are really, really enlightened with your knowledge. The point which you had said, that the energy, if we can utilize the solar energy which produces in 1 hour, which we are absorbing in a year. So that is the maximum limit which we all need to pay attention and pay need, that we should all turn and focus how we can utilize this energy and save and go for a cleaner and a green energy area. So thank you so much, sir. We are totally, engulfed with your envisage and empowered knowledge, totally as from the engineering skills, as you said. And we truly appreciate that we have eminent personalities and dignitaries today from all the several sectors who are enlightening us with their knowledge. And it's really great and a great honor for me tonight to be amidst all of you and listen to all of you with your knowledge. Yes, we all are doing our bit, but it is very important to create awareness. And that is what we are trying to do through this platform of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. We are creating and spreading that awareness. The people are doing a lot of things around across the globe to save the world. That is very, very important. Thank you so much, Dr. Kirit Kumar Bhatt, for joining us tonight and acknowledging, sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now I'll move ahead with our keynote speakers for the evening. We have Dr. very, very eminent speakers with us. We have our keynote speaker, Dr. Mauritius Demanu. Dr. Mauritius, yes, ma'am is there. So welcome, ma'am, to the platform. We are truly privileged and honored, and I'm truly elated to introduce you to our platform. Dr. Mauritius de Mano Oleav is the president, founder of International Organization of Educators and Researchers from Philippines. Welcome, ma'am, to our platform, and we are just waiting to listen to you. So I just hand over the virtual mic to you, ma'am.
Okay, so hello, good evening, and good afternoon, eminent speakers across the globe. So I'm Dr. Marites Dimandolea from the Philippines. So thank you, organizing committee, for the opportunity to join in this forum. So special thanks to Professor Raharao and of course to our Master of Ceremony, Professor Rachana.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you. So I will share my perspective about the peace and SDG 7, affordable and clean energy. So Sustainable Development Goal, or the SDG 7, is the one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015, and it aims to ensure the access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable and modern energy for all. And access to energy is important pillar for the well-being of the people, as well as for the economic development and poverty alleviation. And according to the UN, energy is central to nearly every major challenge and opportunity the world faces today. And be it for jobs, the security, climate change, and food production, or increasing incomes, access to energy for all is essential. And transitioning the global economy towards clean and sustainable sources of energy is one of the greatest challenges in the coming decades. And of course, sustainable energy is an opportunity, and it transforms lives, economies, and our planet. So can I share my screen?
Just a minute, ma'am. Yes, one second.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, so thank you. So it is visible now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will share my thought about the SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. So renewable energy solutions are becoming cheaper and more reliable and more efficient every day. And of course, our current reliance on fossil fuel is unsustainable and harmful to the planet, which is why we have to change the way we produce and consume energy. So implementing this new energy solution as fast as possible is essential to counter climate change and one of the biggest threats to our own survival. So achieving the Sustainable Development Goal is ensuring to access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all, with its target on universal access, energy efficiency, and renewable energy. So it will open a new world of opportunity for billions of people. So it will lay the foundation for the eradication of poverty, for climate action, and for the sustainable world. So of course, everyone can help to make sure that we met the global goals. And we have 5 targets to create action to ensure universal access to sustainable energy. So in target 1, so we have universal access to modern energy. For target 2, the increase of global percentage of renewable energy. And for target 3, that is double the improvement in energy efficiency. And for 7E, that is promotion of access to research And 7V is expand and upgrade energy services for developing countries. So let's proceed for the SDG 7.1, that is universal access to modern energy. So the goal of this first SDG is by 2030, it is the universal access to affordable and reliable modern energy services. The proportion of a population with access to electricity. Another is the proportion of population with primary resilience on clean fuels and technology. So in another is increased global percentage of renewable energy. So by 2030, it increases substantially the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix. So this is measured as renewable energy, that is the inclusive of the solar, the wind, the geothermal, hydropower, the bioenergy, and marine resources as a share of final energy consumption. And the energy mix includes the electricity, transportation, and cooking and heating fuels. Another is the double of improvement in energy efficiency. So the goal of this is by 2030, double the global rate of improvement in the energy efficiency. So another is the expand and upgrade energy services for developing countries. So by 2030, expand infrastructure and upgrade technology for supplying modern and sustainable energy services for all in developing countries, in particular least developed countries, the small island, the developing states, and landlocked developing countries. So in accordance with the respective programs of support. So another is the promotes access to research, technology, and investment in clean energy. So by 2030, enhance international cooperation to facilitate to the clean energy research and technology, including the renewable energy, the energy efficiency, and advanced and cleaner fossil fuel technology, and promote investment in energy infrastructure and clean energy technology. So in tracking the SDG in our country, so the access to our country, the Philippines, the access to electricity for year 2020, that is 97%. And for a renewable energy in the year 2019, that is 27%. And for renewable capacity per capita in the year 2020, that is 62.4. And our access to clean cooking in the year 2020 is 48%. And the energy efficiency for the year 2019, that is 4.7. So of course, the charity begins at our home, and everyone can help to make sure that we meet the global goals. Together, we can ensure affordable and clean energy for all. At individual level, using energy judiciously in your everyday life can really make a difference. So thank you.
Thank you so much
for your wonderful insight, especially the statement which you have said, charity begins at home. That is very important. Individually, if we apply whatever the talk we express or say in the society, that has to be started from our house. Then only we can see a beautiful planet and we can lead a prosperous life and peaceful life. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, Mauritius ma'am. It was wonderful listening to you with your amazing voice, the way you had enthralled the full audience together in your speech, that we were just flowed away with the vision which you showed us, all the statistical data, speaking about what is happening right now globally. And it's very alarming and we all need to be aware. And as a final line, the closing line, the closure was, of course, nice, as already VJ Caroline ma'am said, charity begins at home, the way you ended it. Yes, We all need to start it from our home, from our house, from the school, from institutions where we are visiting. We need to make this feasible and make everyone aware about that, how we can make it into the use of a cleaner and green energy, and how the consumption can be made in a better way. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful insight into the topic of SDG number 7. So with that, we will move ahead to our next keynote speaker, Tanmay Agrawal. So are you there, Tanmay sir? Was facing little technical error. Tanmay sir is there, I can see, but he had some voice issues. Sir, can you join now? Tanmay sir? Yeah, can you
Yeah, hello. So I have joined from a different audio. Is that audible to
yeah,
all?
okay. So just let me
Fantastic.
introduce
Just yeah,
our next keynote speaker.
kindly just pin the video that I'm
Yeah,
starting from,
yes.
and it could be done. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I would just like to introduce our keynote speaker, Tanmay Agrawal, Secretary from JCI Bhopal, skills trainer and assistant professor of law, who has joined us tonight. And we are really, really honored to have you, sir, amidst us. So over to you. Please enlighten us with your vision of SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the lovely introduction and to this fantastic institution, as well as the whole organizing of this event, which is actually international in its true sense, having people from all over the globe. That's what it means. And it was great to hear the previous speakers who were actually sharing about their own country's status and the best possible ways to conserve, to have a great status of energy. And as we all know, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. This is something that we have been studying from school. Yeah. So I would just like to start off my talk by the same statements. If this is the case, then what is the whole way and reason that we need to conserve it finally? Yeah. So since we know that there is definitely a lot of energy and various ways to conserve energy and the need as well. But when we start to use the non-renewable energy sources, may it be coal, may it be everything else, we all know the level of pollution that has been created by that. So let me start off my, is my PPT visible to everyone, please?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Fantastic. So we already know what exactly the sustainable development goals are there for. We have had the previous speakers talk about that, so I wouldn't trouble you for that once again. But the whole opinion is on the same lines that we need to have the clean and renewable energy, which is also affordable to the masses at the same time. So that is how that goes in this whole direction. And talking about India and India's a reliance with regard to this particular goal. We'll also talk about some of the challenges and some landmark initiatives, and I'll be glad to accept that we have definitely moved a mile, and the goals for 2022 have been largely accomplished. So I would say that India is very well coming up and following the lead of US and China with regard to especially solar conservation and solar renewable energy sources. Before moving on to the whole points, I would definitely want to cover up the whole ways why sustainable development goals were necessary. Yeah. So the management and the inequalities have been the basic parameters that we need to have, that may it be affordable housing or even simple public spaces. So I would maybe take my own example. When before 5 years, when I had gone to my terrace and checked out my neighborhood, I could max see around 5 to 6 solar panels installed. But in just these 3 years, we have grown so much and we have understood the role of renewable energy to the grassroots level, I'll say that. And today I see that there are like more than 25 solar panels within the vicinity of the 100 houses that I am surrounded by. Yeah. So the reliance has definitely grown. Talking about the villages, even we have moved towards that. So let's check out some of the facts that I'll say. We have 60% energy, which is contributing to climate change. It is producing around 60% of greenhouse gases. So this is once again a problem that we need to take into account, and we need to see to what extent can we solve that, and how can we make the energy efficient so that whatever uses or ultimately consumption we're there are not harming the environment at large. Then we have one more fact: as 3 billion people, more than 40% of the world's population, they rely on actually polluting by using unhealthy fuels for cooking. So although we always say that the thermal project and the plants and the industries are the ones who are ultimately polluting the environment, but when we check out the realities and the facts, it is at the same peak, same level that the households are also are responsible for the whole problems. And if we have that kind of a grassroots and local implementation of the global issues and solutions at large, we definitely can move towards clean and green energy. And there's one more thing, definitely 10 million people around are actually employed with the whole record in back in 2017. So let's have some latest numbers. Right now, the investments that we are having into solar, wind, and thermal power plants are for improving the energy productivity, and it's for assuring the energy for its vital ways to achieve this particular goal number 7, SDG number 7. And how do we do that now? That the objectives and targets becomes easy, but when we are catching hold of that, that is when we are facing the challenges. So the problems are definitely to give that kind of infrastructure at any point of time when we are expanding or when we are bringing out a new concept. May that be solar powered projects, or may that be the electronic vehicles when we are talking about automated vehicles. The whole implementation phase is the one that has to do it. For example, right now, talking about India, we have high reliance, and we are actually trying to shift over electronic vehicle, and the response that we see is great, which is amazing. And that is all that we need to do as individuals. Move to that and focus, and have our goals clear and do our best. And definitely talking about the fossil fuels and the reliance, it is still harmful to the planet, and still we need to get back to the renewable sources, as we all know very well. May that be biogas, wind, solar, and other ways. But one thing I would like to add over here is actually using microgrids and evolving the processes of microgrids to enhance and to actually monitor all of that in the same place, and also to be using artificial intelligence enabled microgrids that are the talk of the hour right now. We have been talking about microgrids from a long point of time and long period, but its implementation and its AI application uses artificial intelligence, and the actual ways in which we can do that is something that we are working on. And we're proud to say and talk about some of the goals of India. I'll directly come to the point. Yes, like I mentioned, 2022 targets have been achieved. The Modi government had set out the targets of 175 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity, comprising of 100 from solar, 60 from other sources from the wind energy, 10 from the bio power plants, and 5 from other hydro power plants as well. And the villages have been massively electrified as well. So like I mentioned, unless we are taking it to the grassroots levels, we're not implementing much things till we actually have results at those levels. So we do have that, and we are all set towards our goal of 2030, which is humongous. And if you even try to understand and know that, which is gonna be a lot more than that. If we talk about the challenges, we know that the problems are to check out the applications. For example, talking about the cases, states in Bihar, Jharkhand, and Uttar Pradesh, the connectivity and the access is just 37% with regard to the affordability of the whole setup. So this is something that we need to work on and have that the inadequacy of the coal blockages link and have natural gases supply as well. The insufficient supply and the lack of the business models for the renewable energy projects are also the ones to check it out. Here are some of the wonderful initiatives and the government reports and the media that India has reached to the landmarks. We're happy to announce about Riva solar plant projects that we all know right now. It is having the Asia's largest solar powered plant, which is actually having the only plant to get the funding from the World Bank and VGF funding as well. And they are even planning to power the Delhi metro by this Riva power plant project in the state of Madhya Pradesh of India. So that is how we are doing a great work with regard to renewable energy, may that be solar, may that be biogas, even the wind energy. So definitely the leads are getting back from US and China at large, but yeah, India is coping up very fast and understanding the need for the same. I'll move on with regard to the solar mission. Like I mentioned that the whole targets have been achieved of 2022, and the further funds and the other missions which are on a rolling way by the National Action Plan on Climate Change, because that is also that we are taking up to. And talking about the international ways with regard to specifically solar energy, since the whole topic is with regard to the clean and renewable energy, and solar happens to be the best and the upmost level that can leverage the whole renewable energy sources. And we have ISA, International Solar Alliance, which is doing a great work, which is a treaty on intergovernmental organizations working to create a global market system to actually go and tap into the system and get the benefits of solar power plants and the promote clean energy applications. Because unless and until we are going forward and implementing and having this particular thing to be reaching out to the levels, it is not enough for the policymakers or the innovators to just work together only to promote the basic ways of sharing the goals and meeting the energy requirement of the country and internationally at the international level. As we can see, the vision is to enable one world, one sun, one grid. And the mission goes as every home, no matter how far away, will have a light at home. So you can see how globally the vision is set. At the same time, the mission is actually going down to the grassroots levels. So as we say, think global but work locally. So that is how International Solar Alliance is doing a grand work towards the whole objectives and setting down the framework and implementing it. So we soon are going to have a lot of updates. And as you can see, the future solar generation power plant is actually aimed at a lot high, and they're going to mobilize over USD 1,000 billions by 2030 just for the Solar Alliance project. So I'm sure we all can raise a whole huge round of applause for this particular thing. So congratulations on this point. And with all of these 75 signatory countries, we are going at a great pace. And This is once again one sun, one world, and one grid. With this vision, I would like to wish everyone the best of luck for all of these projects. And as individuals, let's not shy away from doing our best. May that be, just using electronic vehicles, having more and more solar power plants for the home consumption as well. And I personally have witnessed that a lot, that we can change a lot just by these very, very simple ways. And we are soon already connected to 140 countries to this common grid, which can be used to transfer the solar power. This is a expected objective of this particular mission. And all of these issues are very well accomplished, and the prospects for in India are going to help with regard to the climate mitigation, balancing the whole problems, and bridging the current deficit of renewable energy. So on those notes, I would like to just say thank you so much for having a patient listening. And in case of any feedbacks and questions, I'm most open to be reached out. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's an amazing topic, and you have dealt very effectively and efficiently. And even a common man can understand what is the importance of the renewable energies, especially electrical and solar. And we know that by using fossil fuels, and even house is the best source of production of the gases which affects the environment. And the statement, it is really touched my heart. That is one world, one sun, and one grid. There are certain challenges because having one grid total world, but you have said about the challenges also. I'm sure that we are going to overcome the challenges, and very soon we are going to have the solar power. We can use them effectively, that too a renewable, but we have to see that it will not be turned up into non-renewable the way we use the energies. We have noticed the problems and issues we are facing. So thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Tanmay sir, and of course, Vijay Caroline ma'am, for adding that little inputs and summarizing what sir had said. Yes, it was really wonderful and very captivating to listen to you, sir, the way you had put in all the examples and all the statistical data, also talking about 2022, how Modi government has achieved about bringing about the 175 gigawatts in the villages, and how the villages have been transformed, talking about India, about renewable sources of energy, how the energy has been utilized.
Rachna ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Please check your.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I just now saw.
No.
Yeah, so your inputs were very, very important to listen right now, because we are spreading the awareness, the kind of awareness which you have spreaded, that as already Vijay Caroline ma'am said, one sun, one world, and one grid. If we all can maintain that, the example which you gave when you went to your terrace and you saw the solar panels, which was just 2 years back, very less, and within 2 years, how it multiplied. So this we all should move into. That is what is awareness. And thank you so much, sir, for bringing that change and sharing it in our platform. It was wonderful listening to you, and we are truly, truly honored to have you amidst us. Thank you, sir. So moving ahead to my next special guests tonight, we have an amazing personality, Melissa ma'am. First, I would like to see if ma'am is there. Melissa ma'am from Italy. Are you there, ma'am?
Ma'am, check your mic, please.
Yeah, I don't know why the mic is muted. Sorry once again. So we have another special guest from Bangladesh, Mejibin Pradhan Paiza. Ma'am is there. Yes, I can see a beautiful smile. She's there with us. Welcome, ma'am, to our platform of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. We are truly honored to have you. Mejibin ma'am is a wellness thinker and speaker and a global ambassador. So, ma'am, we are truly honored to have you amidst us. It's an honor to listen to you talk about the SDG goal number 7. So, ma'am, I'm handing over the virtual mic to you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much for having me on this beautiful platform, Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. And thank you very much, respected Rajarao, for inviting me and to share my view on SDG 7. Already all my fellow speakers and great people share the vital area of SDG 7. I will try to make it quick and share a few points from my part. Thank you. Every day we use energy and electricity for heating, cooling, cooking, transportation, communication, and all the other uses commonly that we all human being needs personally and professionally. Without energy using, I don't think we can survive even a second. Even right now through this platform, it's all about energy. So we know, and every year the demand of energy is increasing in double mostly. And at the same time, we also know that some of our main resources of energy is ending. It's coming to an end, and this is an ongoing discussion around the world about how to get rid of this greenhouse gases emissions. And we also know that a lot of people around the globe are still depending on dirty fuels for cooking and heating and other common regular activities. And therefore, the United Nations take it in their concern to enhance and that awareness to work on for SDG 7. The major sources of affordable and clean energy and its importance in today's topic, SDG 7, is to ensure clean and affordable energy for all of us around the world. So how we can ensure this energy, let's see. The seeking and ensuring access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable and modern energy for all. This means doubling the global rate of energy efficiency improvements, as well as sustainability, increasing the percentage of renewables in the energy mix as much as possible by including artificial intelligence and other technology. Investing in solar, already everyone share, but this is the main part that we need to understand and keep it in our concern. Wind and thermal power, improving energy productivity and ensuring energy for all is vital if we are achieving SDG 7 by 2030. Expanding infrastructure and upgrading technology to provide clean and more efficient energy in all countries will encourage growth and weatherization of homes, including insulation, new windows, repairing drafts, and efficient appliance and upgrades. The cheapest energy and cleanest energy. Renewable energy, the cheapest form of power today, confirms a new report from the International Renewable Energy Agency aimed climbing fossil fuel prices. Investments in renewable energy in 2021 saves $55 billion in global energy generation cost in 2022. So we all can see how the number is like incredibly huge. The cheapest eco-friendly energy sources. Hydroelectric power is currently the cheapest renewable energy source, costing around 0.05 per kilowatt hour on average. So hydroelectric power is the cheapest because the infrastructure has been in place for a long time and it produces electricity consistently without taking a break like all the other departments. Why is clean energy important? Our world runs on the energy we produce. Clean energy production allows us to generate the energy we need without the greenhouse gas emissions and negative environmental effects that come with fossil fuels, in turn helping to reduce climate change. The cleanest energy source, the another one that we all right now are not using, but it has been using very small amount, which is nuclear. Nuclear is a zero-emission clean energy source. It generates power through fission, which is the process of splitting uranium atoms to produce energy. The heat released by fission is used to create steam that spins a turbine to generate electricity without the harmful byproducts emitted by fossil fuels. And it has the capacity to control that wastage, not to throw it into the environment. So it could be another cleanest, easy source of clean energy. The most efficient clean energy at present, wind power is the most efficient methods to sustainable energy production. In fact, it's more than twice as efficient as its coolest competitor, geothermal. Generally believe that wind is the most efficient way to harness renewable energy. As we are looking for renewable energy, it is going to help us to maintain the ecosystem as well, which is necessary at this moment. Because windmills can be placed in open areas, also used for farming. They offer flexibility. General rows of wind turbines are constructed along coastal areas where nothing can hinder the flow of wind. And the cheapest and the dirtiest non-renewable energy are coal. Again, is the dirtiest fuel. It emits much more greenhouse gases than other sources, hundreds of times more than nuclear, solar, and wind. We must look alternative and time-efficient methods at this moment. Eco-friendly and less expensive fuel right now that we all are aware of is petrol, diesel, and kerosene are petroleum products, and they produce pollutants like carbon dioxide and smoke. CNG or compressed natural gas is a smoke-free gas and does not spread pollution and thus used in our vehicles. Therefore, CNG is considered as an eco-friendly fuel. Energy has the last pollution, which is nuclear energy, has one of the lowest environmental impact of all energy sources, comparable with the total impacts of wind and solar and all the other sources. It doesn't emit air pollution and safely keeps its waste out of the environment, as I earlier mentioned it. So it's required a very small amount of land to produce and work through this. So another point that I would like to address here, there are 4 types of clean energy that right now we can enhance and emphasize on, which we all already shared and talked about with the global collaboration of our experts and look for the most sustainable energy solution. Still, it's required experts and who have scientific background and researchers. They can come up with much more efficient sources to work on it. Examples for renewable energy sources, including that wind power, solar power, bioenergy, organic matter burned as a fuel, and hydro, in order to ensuring universal access to affordable electricity by 2030 means investing in clean energy. sources such as solar, wind, and thermal. But my final take on this topic for today is, I think we need to find a common ground for our collective betterment globally, and including experts, researchers, and scientists, governments, and private companies to follow through all the information and
I think ma'am is having some network issues. We have lost ma'am. Anyway, we'll continue. She was about to end her speech. So we'll move ahead with our next special guest, and ma'am is already there, Melissa ma'am from Italy. So welcome, Melissa ma'am, all the way from Italy, joining us in the Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. We are privileged and honored to have you, ma'am. Of course, it is always a pleasure to listen to all the dignitaries joining far and wide globally across from every part of the world. And they are sharing their experiences about the same perspective which we all have. The dream, the target is the same: to have a better future, to have a goal or a global complete change, a global change. So with that note, I would like to invite Melissa ma'am, who is a global educator, international speaker, educator, and there are ample of qualification and achievements which I can keep on and on saying about ma'am, and that would be too less, and I would not be able to finish in just few words. So I would hand it over to ma'am to tell us more about SDG 7 and what are her take on that. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be here and to be a speaker about this important SDG, the 7th goal of Agenda 2030 Agenda. Can I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thanks.
please.
Okay, thank you. Let's begin. Do you see it? Okay. Okay.
Perfectly.
Thanks. Energy is central to nearly every major challenges and opportunity facing the world today, whether for jobs, security, climate change, food production, or increased incomes. Access to energy is essential. Sustainable energy is an opportunity. It transforms lives, the economy, and the planet. The Secretary General Ban Ki-moon pioneered the sustainable energy for all initiatives to ensure universal access to modern energy services, improve energy efficiency, and increase the use of renewable resources. Facts and figures: 1 in 5 people do not have access to modern electric vehicles. 3 billion people depend on wool, coal, charcoal, or animal manure for cooking and eating. Energy is the main cause of climate change, accounting for around 60% of global greenhouse gas emissions. The key long-term objective is the production of low-carbon energy, improve technologies to deliver modern and sustainable energy services, especially in least developed countries and small island states and landlocked developing states, in accordance with their respective support programs. Clean and affordable energy. Where are we? Drastically reducing the use of fossil fuels and providing everyone with access to renewable energy in sufficient quantities to meet needs is goal 70 of the 2030 Agenda. Sensitivity towards issues of environmental protection and the production of clean energy has grown in recent years at a global level, creating the conditions for projects and practices in favor of energy sustainability. An encouraging trend. Goal 7 has shown encouraging signs with a significant diffusion of the use of renewable energy sources. Even in the poorest countries, access to electricity has increased, along with another decisive factor, energy efficiencies. Therefore, more and more people are using electricity. The percentage of the world population that has access to this service has increased steadily from 2010 to 2017, 9 people out of 10. And in here, I show you the percentage of a population that has access to electricity, comparison between the years 2000 and 2019. Source the Sustainable Development Goals Report 2019. But someone is left behind. In this tendentially positive context, attention must also be paid to some aspects that highlight some deficits in achieving this objective. Indeed, we must point out that today as many as 840 million people are deprived of this essential service. The situation in sub-Saharan Africa is particularly problematic, where the inhabitants without access have instead increased. This happens especially in rural areas. As many as 87% of people who have no electricity live in rural areas. Furthermore, 3 billion people in the world still lack adequate technology and clean fuels to cook food. Also, in this case, it is in sub-Saharan Africa that brings up the rear, together with India. This also has other repercussions on people and society. In fact, in low and middle income countries, inefficient and polluting cooking systems are a risk factor for the health of the populations. And here I show you the percentage of a population that has to clean cooking technologies and fuels. Always the source is the Sustainable Development Goals Report 2019. Clean and affordable energy, what to do? This objective intervenes with other goals of the program, in particular with the first. Since the availability of electricity is essential for economic development and poverty reduction, and with the third, given that electricity is essential for hospitals, while on the contrary, the emission produced by the use of wood and coal for heating and cooking food can damage health. There is also a very strong interconnection with Goal 13, climate action, since the use of fossil fuels contributes to ongoing climate change. To be truly effective, therefore, every initiative in the energy field should be coordinated with the similar measures in the socio-economic fields. More energy, but clean and efficient. Surely more electricity will have to be produced. Future electrification efforts will need to reach isolated or displaced populations and optimize the delivery for areas already served. However, increasing the production of electricity to guarantee it to the most disadvantaged populations is not enough to solve the problem, because the world population and its need for energy continue to grow at a rapid pace. The real goal is to increase energy production using sustainable technology and at the same time reduce production costs. But above all, greater energy efficiency is required, using less electricity to produce more in all sectors. In industries and farms that require less electricity, but also greater efficiency in their products. Vehicles that consume less and use renewable resources. Household appliances that require less electricity. Houses that need less energy for heating. Objectives that are difficult to achieve even for developed countries. Let's have a focus. Renewable and not just hydroelectric. According to the World Energy Outlook 2019, energy consumption in the world is still largely dependent on fossil fuels, 31% oil, 27% coal, 23% gas. Even considering only the production of electricity, the main sources are coal, 38%, gas, 23%, and hydroelectricity, 17%. Wind represents only 5%, and solar only 2%. There is still a long way to go for an energy conversion to renewable sources. Despite this situation, the long-term desired scenario envisages a decrease in global energy demand in 2040 and a reduction in CO2 emissions to reach net zero in 2070, with a view to promoting clean and renewable energy, especially in developing countries. Official financial investments give us an interesting signal. The shares in the hydroelectric energy sector have increased from 70% between 2000 and 2009 to about 40% between 2010 and 2016. Conversely, investments in wind, geothermal, and especially solar energy companies and projects have increased. The tendency to invest resources in the renewable clean energy sector has also found some confirmation in international policies in favor of low-income countries. In order to spread the use of electricity in the most backward regions, it is necessary that the population acquire the knowledge and technologies necessary to produce it autonomously. The lack of an electrical network to plug into does not mean that electricity cannot be used. The United Nations Development Programme has promoted the use of solar energy to improve the health security of populations. The Solar for Health initiative supports governments in installing solar systems in health facilities in Africa, in the Arab states, and Central Asia by improving access to reliable and clean energy and reducing environmental harmful emissions. And in Italy, I am Italian, so I wanted to speak about the situation in Italy. A statement, according to the 2019 SDG report on 7th goal, Italy experienced a period of progressive improvements up to 2014. After that year, a phase of statement began, which still lasts due to the reduction in the production of energy from renewable sources by 6 percentage points over the past 4 years. It is therefore not obvious that our country will be able to achieve the objectives of the 7th goal by the scheduled data. In fact, if access to the electricity grid is not a problem, it is the transition to renewable sources and energy efficiency that are still problematic factors, also in Italy. In Italy, the consumption of energy from the renewable sources stands on average at 17%, with large differences across the territories. The North registers the best results, as always. And in this graphic, I show you trends of the ISBIS indicator for access to electricity and the use of renewable energy sources developed by ISBIS for Italy in 2018. MacGeor conducts a survey on zero energy homes. What characteristics do they have to, and how is their energy efficiency? Why it is important that houses are built this way in the future? Are there already houses like this? Prepare a short report on what you have discovered. I tell this to my students, I'm a teacher. Observe carefully the city and the area where you live, in particular meteorological and climatic factors, and consider which natural elements would constitute renewable energy sources. Can you imagine a project to make your city green? Prepare a short presentation. And household appliances are characterized by the energy class which indicates their efficiency. The class varies from A+++ to D, and today each appliance is applied marked with a label showing it. And what can we do? Keep us informed by following local and international news on the media available, TV, web, magazines, and newspapers. Consciously saving energy, performing small but significant daily actions. For example, turning off the lights in the house when they are no longer needed. Not using too many electrically powered devices at the same time. Working or cycling around the city, using domestic heating on the air conditioner, only the necessary, but rechargeable batteries. actively participating in the defense of the planet's energy heritage, supporting associations committed to safeguarding renewable energy sources, raise awareness of the cycle of quantities on the situation of difficult access to energy sources by almost 1 billion people in the world. Small information campaigns off and online can be devised and organized at school and in all environments one attends. Promote awareness raising initiatives in your school on the production of local energy resources, for example, involving the city administration to find out how the supply and distribution of energy in the city are managed. So my speech is ended. I thank you all for listening to me. These are my contacts, and if you want to listen to me, call me and I will speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa ma'am. That was wonderful to listen. You just took a turn over from the global to Italy and how in your country too people are doing and what we as individuals we can do, spreading awareness by walking and going to our work areas or by cycling, and where the energies can be affordable and it can reach out too much instead of using a vehicle where we are polluting the environment and making a bad use of the environment. So these simple examples which you have given us, the way we can create wonders by enlightening or transforming ourselves by using the energies in a proper way. That is what is missing, and that awareness we are trying to reach out. Thank you so much, ma'am. Wonderful report you presented.
One second, Excellency. Before we invite Honorable Vilma Barbosa from Brazil, let's invite Faiza Pradhan ma'am. Let's please conclude your remarks in 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Faiza ma'am.
Thank you. I'm very sorry for this inconvenience of network connection. So I think I was almost at my end. I just had few points to share before I end this conversation. Yeah, as all the private and government sectors should come together and find a common ground in order to create a framework for this clean and affordable energy, such as having a clear format of every location and its plus and minus points, then apply alternative methods and approaches to implement a clean and affordable energy production by encouraging all industries to have solar panels or windmills by understanding the nature of their geographical location and its advantages. Carbon capture and storage miracles needed, and these are, it's required certain amount of cost to invest, location and long-term stability. So, but no other on the other hand, the important message here, which I would like to share, this is like 200 years of history. For 200 years, we are decarbonizing our energy system naturally through its time to time in the process. It's like God's creation, but sometimes we are facing all those obstacles as well. And God created us with such a beautiful, powerful mind that if we put our focus, I think we can overcome all sort of issues. Energy system of the world becoming progressively year after year, decades after decades, centuries after centuries, becoming less carbon intense. And that continues with the future, with the renewable energy revolution. So we cannot ignore this, the SDG 7 at any cost if we want to look forward and have a better future, healthy, better world for all of us. The 4 contents I would like to address here: advancing SDG 7 policy years immediately, and it has to be effective, strengthening interlinkages between SDG 7 and other SDGs goals, which is interconnected to that. Regional perspective towards a sustainable and equitable energy future, planning for policy areas. Like this, all the policies and areas has to be together and it's interconnected for the future development. Structure of today's topic, like we all already know what we are looking for. So as we all know and aware of this, that energy cannot be destroyed or vaporized or vanish. It just transforms one form to another form. And I think if we all come together and work on these issues, look for clean and affordable energy, it is not too far to achieve. Like COVID, everyone addressed that people panic and thought we'll live like this new normal. But see, things settle down. Gradually, we overcome all these issues. So same way, I believe that if you stay positive and put our focus, merge all our global forces, we can achieve anything we want. Thank you so very much for having me, and very sorry for that inconvenience of network connection.
No, no, ma'am, not a problem. Faiza ma'am, we actually missed your conclusion. That was so nice of Rajarao, sir. Thank you, sir, for seeing ma'am enter once again. And yes, we of course wanted you to see listen to your ending part, because your speech was very, very engaging, and the points which you had covered up, that too was also very, very interesting. The way you said it also, it is really creating an awareness for the people. And we right now need to talk and to understand what is this affordable and this clean energy which we are speaking about. Energy is there with us. Everyone knows about it. And we all need energy. We cannot stay without energy. And the way you explain how it is important, even at this platform too, which we are experiencing, as you mentioned already, ma'am. So yes, and without energy, this is also not possible. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are truly, truly honored to have you amidst us. And as a special guest, it's really an honor to have you from a neighboring country. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So moving ahead with our next keynote speaker for the evening. Of course, as the chairperson for the session, I just want to go ahead with the time slots, because we need to finish it in time. Of course, we honor and we respect your views and visions. That is very important for us. But as a keynote speaker, we would be preferring that you finish it up within in 8 to 9 minutes. And the other speakers who are there lined up would try to finish it within 4 to 5 minutes, so that we all can enjoy everyone's speech. I can see the comments coming in the chat boxes. The other speakers will be giving chance towards the end to express, because we have our esteemed speakers for the day 7. First, we would like to listen to them, and then the visiting speakers who are there with us tonight, we would respect their opinion also. But yes, surely we would take it towards the end of the session. Thank you so much. Moving ahead with the next keynote speaker for the evening, Vimla Barbosa, ma'am, is one of my very good friends too. And I'm truly happy to introduce Vimla, ma'am, who is a global educator, a speaker, and a personality whom I can keep on saying about her, as I know her also to some extent. But I would love Vimla, ma'am, to say something about SDG 7, because her knowledge is profound and she can keep on speaking about it. So, ma'am, over to you. Only remember the time constraint. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear Rachna. Thank you. Can you hear me well?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, perfectly. Yes, ma'am.
Where is ma'am now? I think we lost her, sir. Rajarao, sir. Ma'am is there. We said perfectly.
Ilma ma'am, are you there?
Vimla ma'am, are you there? No, we lost her. She was there.
Okay, meanwhile, we invite Huma Kirmani ma'am from Pakistan. Let's invite her to speak. She's another human rights advocate, TEDx speaker. Having her presence in this program, we are very fortunate. Over to you, Excellency.
Hello, everyone. This is Uma Kirmani, and thank you very much for inviting me to this forum. And I've
Madam, can you please switch on your video?
my video. I'm actually outside and I have.
Ma'am, if so, no problem. But speak 1 or 2 minutes, ma'am, please. Okay.
All
Please speak.
right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, may I speak or may I have to open the camera as well?
Yes, please open the camera, ma'am, so that you can speak for 5 minutes. No problem.
Okay. Can you give me a second if you don't mind? I'll open
Yes,
it.
please. Please take your time.
Please.
So I think we lost Vilma ma'am and we are waiting for Huma ma'am to join us. So in the meantime, we have any other speakers, Rajarao sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Or
We have
go to the second
Sunil
session.
Bakare. Sunil Bakare,
Yeah.
educator, Ekalavya Model Residential School Principal,
Yeah,
Pipiri.
that's the second session of the speakers, honorable
Yes.
speakers, and Sunil Bakre sir is going to lead the honorable speaker section. So I'm truly honored to have Sunil Bakre sir, educator of the Ekalavya Model Residential School, Pimpri. So over to you, sir. We are eagerly waiting to listen to you.
Very good evening to one and all. I hope I'm audible, Rajarao sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good
Perfect.
evening. The leader and captain of the team, Rajarao sir, who is always leading in conducting such sessions. We are really very thankful to you, Rajarao sir, for this leadership you are taking, which is very, very useful to all of us and bringing all these people from all over the world together. And our two batsmen, that is my friend Rachana ma'am and Vijay Caroline ma'am, really good educators and good leaders who are doing this great work. As a moderator for this, I'm thankful to both of them and all my co-speakers and guests present over here. Today's subject is peace and SDG 7, clean and affordable energy. As we all know, most of the speakers have already spoken about this part, that is clean and affordable energy. I won't repeat it because most of the points will be seen repeating as all the speakers are speaking on the same topic. But I will just tell you that we need energy. Now, energy is nothing different as we assume, as we see. If you just rub your hands, we know that heat energy is liberated from our hands. From our body, heat is liberated, heat is generated, as well as sound energy. So our body itself is such a thing that energy is liberated in different ways. So just take it energy in a different way. We just think about the fossil fuels energy or renewable, non-renewable energy, but think that energy is available everywhere around us. Even our body generates energy. That is one of the things. And this energy required for the development of agriculture, business, communication, education, health, and all possible things. And if it is not, it will hinder the economic development of the nation. And as UN has defined SDG 7 as a clean and affordable energy, there are 5 targets and indicators given. Now, about these targets, I'd like to speak just for 5 minutes only. The first is outcome targets, that is universal access to modern energy, increase global percentage renewable energy, double improvement of the energy efficiency. Means as we are not able to create or generate energy, but we can at least increase the efficiency of the energy. In the previous days, we have seen that motorcycles were giving the average of around 40 kilometers in 1 liter. But now this is modified that it gives about 70-80 kilometers per liter. Like this, if the efficiency is increased, though the production is not increased, that will also cope up with the increasing demand. As we know that population is going to increase day by day of all the nations, and one or the other day, these non-renewable resources are going to end. The second target is means of implementation of the target to promote access to the research, technology, and investment in the clean energy and expand the upgrade energy services in the developing countries. Now, when we talk about the different type of energy production, utilization, per capita energy, why not talk about the nations, like which are the underdeveloped nations or developing nations? Let's consider about these nations which are underdeveloped and developing nation. This is very important. What we need to do for all this is use hydrogen as a fuel. That is the most clean and easily available, most cheapest source of energy. Apart from solar energy or geothermal energy, natural or biogas energy, tidal energy. I would like to also speak on one of the very important topic, that is converting the lightning. That lightning which takes place in the sky, it also generates a tremendous amount of energy which could satisfy the need of energy. So why not think on converting this energy into usable type of energy, where lakhs and lakhs of volts of energy is generated during the lightning in the rainy season? Why can't we convert? How can we convert this energy into usable energy, and that can fulfill the need and requirement of the energy resources which is required in the near future, which is also clean and ready-made source of energy. Just we need to create some kind of mechanism where we can utilize and use this energy or make it in a usable form of energy, so that it will surely reduce the different types of adverse effects which are caused by global warming or greenhouse effect. These also can be decreased because this is a clean source of energy. And why not think in this particular way? Sensitization of the students is required to save energy. And let's talk about the countries that is which require less per capita income. As of today, if we see very clearly, we know that till today, that is in the year 2022, 733 million people are still using the energy which is for cooking, using the cow dung cakes, or by using the wood or any this kind of things. And that is very, but this will decrease maybe by 2030 to 680 million people will be using this energy. And slowly and gradually this percentage will decrease, but it is a challenge before us, that how to decrease this percent and how to cope up with this energy resources and how to make this energy available for everyone. Our per capita income requirement can be decreased by making some kind of compromise in use of the energy by different nations. And in this form, we understand that SDG 7 is very closely related to SDG 13, that is climate action. These are the two closely related. So we need to take enormous type of steps where these two can be aligned together, and this energy resources and energy need, energy requirement can be given a kind of go together. This is coming together, and it can be useful for the mankind. In the year 2020, it was reported that many health facilities in developing countries, about 25%, still have no electricity at all over the frequent outrage. This was particularly problematic during COVID-19 situation, where energy requirement was increasing day by day. During the crisis, progress has been seen to some aspect that SDG 7 has improvement in energy efficiency, use of renewable energy, and increase access to the electricity to the people, make it available to the developing nations or underdeveloped nations. That is very important, and that is the responsibility of each and everyone as a global citizen. And beyond the geographical boundaries, it is a responsibility of each and every citizen, each and every country, each and every nation. Access to energy is directly related to human development. Therefore, this is particularly true for women, who spend more time in collecting the fuel, water, preparing meals. Access to the energy would allow them to spend more and more time for education and work. So this is also one of the more impact. Now we talk about the energy crisis, we talk about the fuel, we talk about the clean energy, we talk about the affordable energy, but what are the different solutions? What is my role as a citizen? What is my role? So solution to this is each one teach one. Everyone should teach one person that how to save energy, where to save energy, and how to generate energy. Now everybody has a squirrel share of contribution to SDG 7. What is that contribution? Any donation in a big form or a small form can make a difference. Switch off the appliances, that the socket, turn off the lights when you are not using, turn off the air conditioning, especially for sleeping, open a window and not to use a fan, least use of energy or reduce your consumption of energy for the fridge, or keep it on the minimum level. If everyone does this all, it will save energy, and energy saved is energy gained. So that is a tagline I would like to mention at the end, and I would like to complete within a short time. And thank you very much, the organizers, for giving me the chance, especially Raja Rao sir, Caroline ma'am, for conduct a very valuable session for all of us. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Sunil sir. That was very short and precise way of talking about the very, very important goal, that is goal number 7, that is your affordable and clean energy, where you had said that our part, our role as an individual, what we can do. And you also had given example that in 2022, where we had the data which you gave, 732 people are using the cow dung and the wood for as fuel, and which will slowly be reduced. But there again, our help, our hands is also needed. We too need to support it. So that is very important. And what can we do? We can just do the simple things, create awareness and spread that. Whenever we don't need the energy, switch it off. Don't waste it. Just because we have it, we cannot waste it. When we don't, the least use of the fridge, which we need. In summertime, we now know that in Mumbai, it's very hot. In other parts of the globe also, it's very hot. So we all want to be in the AC, air conditioners, whatever Sunil sir said, we all need to keep it in mind that when we don't need, we are not telling not to use, but when you don't need, just try to switch it off for some time. And in this way, energy saved is energy gained. Thank you so much, sir. That was a nice tagline and the nice slogan with which you ended: energy saved, energy gained. Thank you, sir. We are truly honored to have you today in our platform tonight. So without wasting much time, I would move ahead to Vimla ma'am, whom we lost just a few minutes ago. And of course, after that, Huma ma'am is there. So Vimla ma'am, over to you to listen to your views about SDG number 7.
Thank you so much. Talking about energy, I ran out of energy and then I couldn't reach you. I'm so sorry. Thank you, dear Rachna. Thank you, Rajarao, for inviting me, Dr. Caroline. It's always a pleasure being here with you all, learning from you. Well, this topic today is really important, energy. And there is no way of talking about energy and relate to all the other goals that we have. And I can see that all of them are related. Energy, water, they are all related to each other. And when we talk about energy, we talk about water, because energy comes from water, doesn't it? So we have to empower our students and the people in our community to save energy and to take part in our community into small projects, doing our part. I love this sentence from Greta, where she says that we have to take action. We must take action. We must do the impossible, because giving up can never ever be an option. So I always talk about this, that we have to take action in our communities with our students around us, because I know that we can't change the whole world. But if we do small things, small actions in our communities, for sure, we're going to be changing the whole world. So I've been working with my students with the SDGs for quite long, for 2 or 3 years more or less. And this year I had the privilege to be at the United Nations in March. And there we were with teachers from all around the globe talking about the SDGs and talking about how can we take actions in our communities to save our planet, to save energy, to save water. And then this way we will still have the planet for our grandchildren and their grandchildren. So my students were taking part in this campaign for water. I know that today we are talking about energy, but it's pretty important that we talk with them about saving water, because with no water, with no energy. Then my students were taking part in this campaign from the United Nations for saving water. And we were talking with them. The idea of this campaign is that each child be like a hummingbird, where they are doing their own part. So we talked with them about the importance of saving water, taking shorter baths, closing the tap while they are brushing their teeth, saving water while watering the plants, while washing the cars, and also saving energy when they are not using the room. Switch off the lights while they are not using the cell phone, the computer. Don't let it plug it on the electricity. So this way we are saving energy and we are saving our planet as well. So as we are taking part in so many projects, I don't know if you know about that, but I know that there are here teachers across the globe that are working with the SDGs. So if you scan here, you can go to this page, and there we have the largest classroom in the world. This is one of the greatest ideas. And then here, all the teachers around the world working with SDGs, it doesn't matter which SDGs, you can enter here and you connect with teachers from all around the globe working on this. Then we can see that there are people all around the globe worried about working with the SDGs, working about changing with small actions our planet. So here we are with our students from Brazil, from Caçador, our city, working with the SDGs. And also you can enter there and post your pictures there that you are also taking part into the SDGs. Here's so the largest living room. Here we are, the largest living, the largest lesson living. So teachers from all around the globe. And it's so nice when you see that you are not alone working on SDGs, that there are people all around the globe working on it, and that's amazing. So when we talk about energy, when we talk about water, it's important that we do in our community lots of important activities. And then my community here, I'll go through it very fast, are working on so many projects to plant trees, projects to save water, clean water, and this way we're going to have more energy. So there are many projects in our community. We are working on rubbish composting, the materials from old medicine. We talk with our students in the community not to throw them away, but put in a specific place, and then we will be turning it into recycled materials. Also, the oil from the kitchen, we have a program where we talk with people to collect this oil, and then there is a company that makes this dirty oil into soap. And then this way we are saving the environment, we are saving water, and we are saving energy. Also, it's really important that we teach our kids in our school, it doesn't matter how old they are, how to separate the trash. And then this way they will be teaching their parents the importance of separating the trash and reusing recycled materials. Here, how to clean the water. In my town, the water we have in our tap comes from the river. Believe it or not, we drink the water that comes from the river. So here we have the process, how this company cleans the water, and then from the river, dirty water, we have clean water in our house. And we talk a lot with our students about protecting the water, because if we don't have clean water, we don't live, because we need it. And also we don't have the energy. So many other campaigns to protect the animals from the forest, and some small activities that we are doing. This also is a campaign that we have. We collect old appliances in order they don't go through the environment. And this way we are saving the environment. We are saving our planet. Here also another campaign, we collect the bottle caps from recycled materials, and with these bottle caps, we sell the bottle caps, and with the money we donate to an NGO to protect animals. So they rescue the animals from the streets, and with the money from the bottle caps, we help them buy food and medicine for the animals. Here we were teaching our kids how to make toys from recycled materials, and then this way they will be teaching their parents, they will be teaching their families, and enjoying time, and also recycling materials, saving water, saving energy. So what have you been doing to save your planet? There, in your community, in Russia, in India, in Italy, what are you doing in your community? Because I know that there are many people talking and talking, oh, it's important to save water, it's important to save energy and la, 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 reading and talking, but what have you been effectively doing to save the planet in your community, in your house? What have you been doing? Have you been doing anything or just talking about it? Because unfortunately, we don't have a planet B. So we have to get started now, working with our kids, because kids are the future of our planet. We won't be here 100 years from now, but maybe our kids will, and then they will be teaching their kids, and for sure we're gonna have a planet forever if we take action at this moment. So saving water, saving energy, and saving our planet. Thank you so much for this opportunity of being here. I'm truly delighted to be among these amazing educators from all around the globe. Thank you, dear Rachna. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vilma ma'am. You had shared the way you are not just speaking, but you are just doing it. That is very, very important. And spreading the awareness with activities involving the students, the young minds, the ignited souls, and making them understand how to save and protect energy, which is very, very important. Door to door, house to house, everyone should now be aware. It is not just only by speaking and talking, but by doing it in action, which you have done it and shown it that yes, it is possible to do and make it a clean atmosphere. Because if you don't think it now, today, we will never be able to have a planet B, which we have already ordered in the future. We were thinking that we could move ahead, but that's not possible. We don't have. We need to save this planet and live a life which everyone desires. Thank you so much, Vilma ma'am. It was an honor
I thank
listening
you,
to
dear.
you. It was really a pleasure and honor listening to you. So we'll move ahead to Huma ma'am, who has been waiting for quite some time. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you. So if you could make it very short, because we'll move ahead with our next speakers. Over to you, Huma ma'am. Ma'am, you need to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. This is Suma Kirmani from Pakistan, and I've been listening to all the speakers who are really doing their great job. Like Wilma has said that she is the best thing that she has said, that that she is not only speaking about it, but she's just implementing it. That's very fantastic. First of all, the major source of energy is the sun. And in Pakistan, the best thing about that is going on to save energy, that there are solar panels, which are, implemented in the homes and the workplaces and in different places of work. I think that we can save the energy if we'll, what we can do if we'll get up for work early in the morning, and we could have, before the sunset, if we finish our task, if we finish with the things that are supposed to do in the night, then I think that we can save the energy. If you just look at the past, in the ancient times, people used to lit fire by cutting the woods, and deforestation had its, the drawbacks of deforestation, that is the geological plates of the planet are being disturbed, which result in the different deformities of the planet. The other thing that I would like to say here, that save the energy, the best thing is this, that how much you can save it accordingly. And this planet has got different, you must have heard about the black hole. That is there is a black hole in the ozone, and with size is being, increasing day by day by the different pollutants, by the different things that are being used up in the perfumes and the sprays. So this is also the way that we should work upon the climate change. Climate change is also related to the conservation of the energy, that we need to conserve the energy. But if you just talk about that Einstein's theory, E is equals to mc square, it said that energy can never be created nor destroyed. So you see that energy can be created, energy cannot be destroyed. But the best thing is this, that you are doing it in a way, in a sensible manner that will be helpful for the future generation. And I think that the solar energy is the best energy of the universe. And you know that it's something really very alarming, that the natural resources of energy, they are running short all over the world because of, the immense enhancement and immense increase in the population. So, that the index of increasing the population should be controlled, and people should be given awareness programs. That is how to conserve the energy. That is the little lessons, little sermons of giving them that we need to conserve the energy, though scientifically it has been proven that energy can never be destroyed nor created. But the wise people, they do some of the things that are supposed to be taken before we regret or we rub our hands empty-handed. That is, we are short of the resources. We should, I must say, we should save our resources and be very gentle to the natural resources given by nature, and be very active early in the morning to complete our tasks when the sun is shining with the warmth and the energy that is we usually have here. So thank you very much for inviting me here, and really it's a pleasure to hear about all the speakers. Thank you so much. I think I'm very brave.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Huma ma'am. That was so nice of you. And you had very, very in short spoken about the solar energy, which is very important, and how the black hole is increasing. There are certain important key pointers which you said in your speech, and we all need to remember, and we all need to make it a point that we should switch over to those energies which are unharmful, which are not creating any problem to the atmosphere, and we should try to only focus on that. Thank you so much, Huma ma'am, for highlighting all those important pointers. So moving ahead with our next honorable speaker for the night, we have with us Ambassador Safal Lugana, and who is an ambassador, international volunteer, and a certified global trainer. Ambassador Safal, over to you.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. I'm Ambassador Safal Dungana from Nepal. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Raja Rao sir, Dr. Vijay Caroline ma'am, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to share some details about Peace and Sustainable Development Goal 7 in Nepal. Nepal is an important player in the international community and is committed to maintaining peace and understanding. Nepal has achieved a great deal in terms of peace and security. Nepal participation in the United Nations Peacekeeping Force demonstrates the country's commitment to maintaining international peace. Gautam Buddha spread his message of peace and non-violence throughout the world. Nepali soldiers have been active participants in the peacekeeping force for several years. The Nepalese police and the armed force have also been nominated for a United Nations peacekeeping force. Nepal is a peace zone that has been recognized by 116 countries around the world. Nepal is a United Nations peacekeeping contributor. Nepal is one of the world peacekeepers, is essential in maintaining the world peace. Nepal has sent soldiers to various parts of the world in order to maintain peace and stability. The Nepalese army and Nepal police are well trained and experienced in a variety of situations, demonstrating their professionalism. Nepal has been a dependable ally in the promotion of international peace. The contribution of Nepal to United Nations peacekeeping has been outstanding, with a 100% success rate when it comes to mission completed. Nepal has played an important role in maintaining peace and security around the world through its troops and police and its membership on the HRC and contribution to United Nations peacekeeping demonstrate its commitment to human rights. Nepal is a peace-loving country despite the fact that it does not attack other countries. It maintains friendly relations and maintains its neutrality with other countries. It seeks to establish mutually beneficial relationship with all countries as well as world peace. Now I would like to talk about the Sustainable Development Goal 7 in Nepal. So the roadmap has found that Nepal has made significant progress in increasing access to electricity in recent years. Based on this progress, it is estimated that Nepal will achieve universal access to clean cooking technology, and fuel has been and remains a challenge as more than half of the population is still relying on polluting cooking fuels and technologies. Well-planned and concentrated efforts will need to be made to achieve universal access to clean cooking by 2030. Energy efficiency improvement need to be boosted across different sectors in order to achieve a 2.98% annual improvement, reducing energy intensity to 3.5 megajoules per United States dollar by 2030. Nepal complex geographical terrain poses a major challenge to rural electrification and connecting the remaining population to electricity network. Increased use of indigenous renewable energy such as hydro and solar offers an opportunity to scale up self-sufficient decentralized electrification system, reaching the last mile for electrification. Nepal endowment of renewable energy resources, not only hydropower, but also solar and biomass, gives the country the opportunity to be a leader of a green transformation built on sustainable and modern energy for all. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Safal. I think he's the youngest ambassador here who has joined in, and the way his vision is clear and the mission is clear to bring around the world peace, being from Nepal. So we are truly honored, Safal, to listen from you, your vision and your mission to bring around a globe which is going to have and that sustainable goals in it. And it's really, really, the pointers which you spoke about your country moving towards world peace and a country which is doing everything which is focused on peace. We are truly honored, Safal, to have you today amidst us. And the platform is really honored to have young people like you who speak about such important missions like SDG 7. We know it's not that easy to concentrate and to focus more on the energy which can actually be sustainable. And you are doing amazing work. Hats off to you, Safal. And it's a pleasure having you amidst us. So moving ahead to our last speaker for the night, we have an amazing personality, a very intelligent and knowledgeable personality amidst us, and who is none other than Davidson, who is a main member of the Spirit of God Impartial International Ministry and Holy Ghost Embassy. So, wow, that's wonderful combination, sir. We are truly, truly honored to have you amidst us, and we would really love to listen from you about the SDG goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. Over to you, sir. Sir, your voice is breaking actually.
Thank you, ma'am. So good afternoon and good morning. This opportunity to say this. Thank you, Professor.
Sir, we are not able to listen to you clearly.
Yes, okay, so much.
There is, so we were not able to listen to your voices breaking. I think you're having two devices open, sir. We need to close one device and just concentrate on one device only. Another device might be open in front of you. Just close that, sir. No, sir, it's still breaking.
Oh, that's serious.
Yeah, now it's
Yes,
okay.
brother,
Now it's
you
okay.
please join, brother. You please join tomorrow. We'll certainly allot you time. Please join tomorrow. There is a technical problem. Please check it and come back tomorrow, brother. We'll certainly invite you
Okay.
for your presentation. Okay, meanwhile, it's already 10:40. The time is beyond.
Yeah, so over to you, Rajarao, sir. I would
Thank
like
you,
to
ma'am. Thank
invite
you. Thank you
Rajarao, sir,
so
to
much.
take over the last part of our program
Yes, yes.
tonight. So over to you, Rajarao, sir.
Madam, Professor Dr. Vijay, can ma'am any concluding remarks, 1 or 2 minutes? Over to you.
Yes, sir. Really, today is a very amazing day where we heard from all the eminent leaders and global leaders. The topic is, sir, you're raising your hand.
Yes, sir.
Your top.
Moisha ji, you please join tomorrow because today it's a time beyond in our hands. Please join tomorrow, Moisha. Certainly we'll give you time. Thank you. Please.
The topic is very interesting where, as we know that this is only one planet and we have to use the resources, the natural resources bestowed by God or by the Supreme. We have to use it efficient and effectively, otherwise it may turn into non-renewable. So everyone said the importance of the renewable resources. By using non-renewable resources, how the planet is polluted. And we know about the climate change, global warming. We are already facing the crisis. So with this summit, we are able to realize and understand the importance of the renewable resources. And I'm sure the younger generation, especially the younger generation, need to understand how to utilize. For simple example, switch off the lights when it is not required. So every electronic gadgets to be used more effectively and efficiently. A simple thing, if they do it, the environment will not be polluted and resources we can tap it. So with these examples, especially the younger generation who are the future generation of the world, they need to understand the importance of the utilization of the natural resources. So thank you very much for all the global leaders for your insight, input, and your knowledge you shared on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellencies. Thank you so much. A fabulous day, a beautiful day. Actually, at 8 o'clock, I faced some technical problems. But anyway, within 10 minutes, I rectified that by calling to the internet people and everything is done. But after that, I can join, but I am observing really the way the program is going on. So smooth and in professional manner. So really, I felt happy and I stay behind the cam to check whether everything is going smooth or not. Professor Rachna Chakrabarti, ma'am, hats up to you. You have done a great job. Ma'am, please be with us for a few days till we complete this program. Because the day we started this program, Carolyn ma'am asked me to call Professor Rachna Chakrabarti, ma'am. I said, why should we bother, ma'am? All are very busy. Let's continue when
Sure,
in the end.
you can count on me, sir. Anytime you can count on me. Thank you,
Yes,
Kevin
yes.
ma'am, for remembering me. Always
Actually,
Rajarao sir forgets me, but thank
no,
you
no.
for remembering me.
It never happens, ma'am. Actually, we don't want to bother people with our things. But whoever comes voluntarily, that's we feel it's fortunate. So really the morning when I
the
saw
family
the message,
members to be with us, we remember always.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
really that's so great, ma'am. Really the way today the program went. So I thought that I shouldn't disturb it. Actually, I joined. Actually, I started entering into program at 9:20 because if I don't enter into here, it would be 11:30 or 12. So that's why thinking in such a way, I joined and I started pushing it forward. But anyway, it's a wonderful, amazing, so professional. Professor Rachna Chakravarti ma'am will keep your services in our mind. We never forget you. Please be with us till we end this summit.
Surely,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You have given a lot of strength today because I had that feeling. Of course, Professor Dr. Vijay Kalman will look after the program. In my absence, that's different. But she is feeling unwell these days. So when you entered, we feel strengthened. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. That is the first thing. Then Stephen, brother, thank you, brother. That's you are amazing. Your look amazing, but there is some technical problem in audio. But we'll see tomorrow, brother. That's for sure. And Ambassador Safal, really, you are amazing young kid. You have a great future, brother, representing your nation, Nepal. You are really commendable, brother. Good job. Keep it up. Archana Priyadashini, ma'am, thank you for joining, ma'am. Thank you so much. Vishwanath Panigrahi, sir. Vishwanath Panigrahi, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining and supporting. Geeta Suryavanshi, ma'am, once again. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dear brother Voisha, please join tomorrow or any day in your, but please switch on your camera and have your full name so that we can see you and we invite you. Without switching on your camera, we can't do that, brother. So please remember that. Then Professor Salman Musa, thank you, dear brother. Thank you so much for your kind support and a beautiful journey with us. Thank you, dear brother. And Sunil Bakre, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. William Horsak Garba, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rajarao sir.
Thank you, dear brother. And Srikant Kalulka, sir, how you are feeling today, sir?
Thank you, sir. I'm okay. I'm improving.
Because your session is coming soon, sir. You are the chief
Yeah,
guest
yeah,
of
no,
the
no
day.
issue, no issue. I'll be there.
Because on that day, your disciple is there, your friend Kalurkar sir is there. So our team is coming on that day.
Sure, sure, sure.
It's
My
going to be
startup,
very-
we will be working, speaking on our startup also.
Yes, yes. You have to come with on the day suit so that we can see and feel
Definitely.
you are back.
Sure, 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 sure. Sir.
Thank you,
Sure.
sir.
The
Thank you
great
so much.
inspiration to the younger generation, sir. The
Yeah, yeah,
energy you
definitely.
have shown us and have shown your photograph and told to colleagues. Just on 4th day, sir joined our summit. So that
Yeah.
is the great courage and inspiration. We have to learn a lot from you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Last but not the least, Professor Dr. Vijay Karen, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Stand tall and shouldering all the responsibility and supporting me in a different way to run this or to carry this mega task in such a beautiful manner, ma'am. Because you are always a source of great inspiration, a source of great strength, a source of great motivation. But still, this time, the magnitude has changed. The observations, the observers are changed. The observations are changed. The world is looking at closely how far we go in such a way. But still, we are proving ourselves the best because we have good people with us. We are doing good things, and it's going in a good way because your support and your presence, your prayers, your blessings, and everything, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We feel it's a God's gift. The Royal Council has blessed with your presence, ma'am, as a managing director in your guidance. Really, it's going splendidly. Then a beautiful day is going to conclude. Actually, this subject is very tough to me, talking about energy. That's why if you observe today, many chief guests, many keynote speakers, many special guests, nearly 7 people. I asked them to speak nearly about 15 minutes. So, because it's a technical subject, it takes a lot of strength, a lot of concentration, many things it requires to understand. Of course, with common sense, we can understand many things. That's a different. But to go into deep insight to it, we need such people because they have done fantastic job. Each person is from different country, and really the way they have presented. Because all people with a technical background. Some people may not be technical background, but they are very well versed with in this field. They are doing practical work in this field. So such a way, they have invited 7 eminent people and they did a commendable job. And especially I want to thank Deepak Vaikar sir, the way he pioneered the entire program, and all the remaining speakers. Really, they Kirit Kumar Bhatt sir and Mauritius Dimano ma'am, Tanmay Agarwal sir, Melissa from Italy, and Mahajabin ma'am from Bangladesh, and all from Brazil, Vilma from Brazil, all these people and all our panel speakers today, they have done fabulous job. So whatever the tough subject that we thought, they made it very flexible and comfortable to understand. And the day is done. And tomorrow is a beautiful day. Because this is the day that every human being looks for, because financial growth, because we have a lot of work. Work is there, but growth is not there. That is the question. So some eminent person from the US who authored several books and celebrity, Muni, she is going to join us tomorrow. And along with her, some eminent people are joining who can speak on this financial growth and work-related things. So we are going to have a beautiful day, 8th day. So every day is going in one way or other way with an inspiration, motivation, strength, something. Today it's a completely professional. That is because of Professor Rachna Chakravarti ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Let's do the same work. We'll continue till 17th day, but 18th day is not professional. Of course, all vice chancellors are coming, but even then we can make it semi-formal. As long as vice chancellors exist, we'll make it formal, and then we'll do some entertainment things. We are inviting some singers and all. We'll make the things memorable on that 18th day as we celebrate success. So let's conclude this 7th day. God asked us to take rest on 7th day. Let's do that. And we'll start tomorrow, a first day, 8th day, for money, financial growth, and all.
1 second. Rajarao sir, I always appreciate everyone. Because of my throat, I couldn't convey my gratitude and respect to Rajarao sir, though he is my younger brother. Because of Rajarao sir, we are able to conduct this program more effectively and continuously, without any halt, without any comma, without any break.
Yes.
Though I'm an inspiration, though he says always, but he is a pillar to our organization. Because of Rajarao sir, he invites, he see that flyers will be done and distributed properly, shade everything on time, in time. So that is all done by Rajarao sir. I go to college, I make a call to sir, what is going on, what is happening, all these things I discuss, but everything that he does. So all the appreciation goes to Rajarao.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
very true, very true. Thank you, Rajarao sir, for making this event a grand success. It's all because of your hard work.
The work
It
is
can be
stress,
seen.
but when we have people like this, that we have in this, that would make things better. That's enough. And your support, your blessings, your prayers, that's enough now for us. So we have good team, good people. And with this beautiful team, let's invite one more day tomorrow. That's for Sustainable Development Goal 8th for 8th day. With this note, we are concluding with a great success note, 7th day.